All right, guys, welcome back. And this is Humphrey, and we're having Alec here. And wow, what a week and a half for all the car enthusiasts. Just nonstop, just car content, just keep coming out, and just very exciting time to be alive, really. I mean, Jesus is more important. But speak of Jesus, let's share. Both me and Alec has something on our heart to share with you guys tonight. And the thing I want to share with you guys uh is verse found in James 1, verse 2 to 5. It talks about the trials and temptations in our life. Verse 2 says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that is testing of your faith produce perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." And when I read that, I was like, wow, it is that acquired us to change the perspective how we view this word. Because in the scripture it says, whatever we're facing, those trials and tribulations, God says we should consider that pure joy and seeing that as an opportunity to put our faith under a test, and through the test that produce perseverance. So my question is for you guys is, this upcoming weeks or the last couple of weeks, what are something that is, really bothers you or annoys you, or just things that happen in your life, stressful things. I would challenge you guys to read through James 1 to consider that pure joy and consider it as opportunity that God has given you to establish a much a firm foundation for your faith. So yeah, James chapter 1, verse 2 to 5. Pass to Alec.
Well, first, that's awesome, Humphrey. Thanks for sharing. That's really important to keep in mind. And that's, yeah, I can't really say anything without repeating what you just said. So,
Yeah.
so yes, and again, it's good to be back. It's been hectic, but in that, you got to remember in life when it's hectic, you got to remember, the things that you're blessed with. And one of the things that we're blessed with here, living in the area of the world that we live in, is freedom and being able to do things we want to do and enjoy the things we want to enjoy. So being able to do things like this video, like running geared, enjoying cars, getting to see all these
Yeah.
amazing creations and getting to enjoy it with each other and with you guys.
Yeah.
And that is where I build off that's kind of where I get into the verse that I have to share. Sunday was July 4th, and happy late 4th of July and happy late Canada Day to our Canadian friends as well. But so I have the Bible app on my phone, which I would show you, but it's recording right now. So and that app has a verse of the day feature, and I look at the verse each day. And on July 4th, Galatians 5:13 showed up.
Yeah.
And Galatians 5:13 states,
Remember that.
"You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh.
Yeah.
Rather, serve one another humbly in love." And I think that's really important because we're extremely lucky to be free in the first place. And the fact that we have the opportunity to serve one another and to do it out of love for each other and our love for God, that's really something that is very special and important to me. And it's something that, at least for me, is kind of an anchor. And in the last few months,
Yeah.
that anchor has definitely been very big for me.
Yeah.
because I had to kind of take a step back in terms of things regarding geared, and I'm planning on taking that step back forward again here in the next few days. But um, yeah, it's been kind of something, and I thought that verse was really it hit me really hard, and I hope that you guys have some thoughts on it too. And again, if what Humphrey asked and what I asked, you guys can leave us your answers in the comments. You can message us on Instagram, Facebook, and we'll get back to you. So
Yeah, I love what Alex is sharing, because especially me coming from China, being an international student, and just having experienced the freedom in America, practice my religion, my faith in Jesus Christ, and not have to worry about being persecuted. And that's not something that a normal American will think about all the time. And I think I really put it in perspective for me. So yeah, that's awesome. And we're praying for you guys. We're really hoping that God can use Geared to really make this world a better place and pointing other people to Jesus. But hey, we got a lot of cars to talk about tonight, and then
and we
we're
don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, we're really trying to make it short for you guys, because man, whenever me and Alex talk about cars, it goes on hours. So, but yeah, so our first car, as you can see on the screen right now, it is a Lamborghini Aventador LP 700. And
But
this car, what is that?
is it an LP 700?
I'm okay. Is not okay. It is not. But let me finish. The LP 700 is truly an icon for people in our generation. Because me and Alec were just talking about earlier, he said it, I agree with him. It really is the Countach of our generation. And sadly, and also a good news, is that the sad news is this is gonna be the last one. And the good news is there's gonna be something new, something more exciting about Aventador, and we're really excited to see what the successor is gonna look like. I mean, it might be EV, it might be a hybrid. We don't know, but yeah, Alec, tell us about this Lamborghini Aventador.
Yeah. So I can tell you, it is going to be the successor is going to continue the V12, but it will be a hybrid powertrain.
Okay.
So this is the final, just naturally aspirated V12 with no assistance whatsoever.
Yeah.
So this is the Lamborghini LP780-4 Ultimae, and it is essentially a greatest hits album for the Aventador.
Yeah.
You have the mechanical components of the SVJ, the appearance of the Aventador S, the rear wheel steering of the Aventador S.
Yeah.
And essentially it's the greatest bits of the Aventador. So, and it's awesome to see, and it's heart-wrenching to see too, though, because I remember when this car came out, I was young. The first time I saw it, I was the trailer for Need for Speed, The Run. This was the special edition cover car, and it made its debut.
Yeah.
In that game, and it's really been cool to see it, and it's a very special car. So, and for a lot of us, I'm sure that this car holds a very special place.
Yeah, this is like one of the, I believe, is like one of the most popular like wallpaper car for a lot of people. I mean, not even for like non-car guys. Like everyone knows about the Lamborghini. Yeah, I believe Aventador might just be the car that come across people's mind for non-car people when you mention Lamborghini. like in our generation, like obviously newer kids will know the Hurricane. The Hurricane has been very successful, and I think yeah,
Mhm. But yeah, and so this car, just some quick specs on it: 2.8 0 to 60, 8.7 0 to 124, and 221 top speed.
okay,
So it is plenty fast. Um, it has the automated the words the single clutch ISR 7 speed, and it has like I said, it has the rear steering from the Aventador S,
yeah,
and then it has really it's like I said, it's just got your standard drive modes: Strada, Sport, Corsa, and so the Aventador Ultimae will have like your standard drive modes,
yeah,
and it will have your the Pirelli P0 Corsa tires.
yeah, which is very
And
grippy.
the thing is, there's only 300, and each of them will be bespoke
Yeah, very
to the
limited
customer.
edition.
150, I believe. Actually, I
I
might
think
have
it
that number wrong.
wasn't like
I know
the
it's limited.
road, yeah, the roadster and convertible.
Oh, yep. Sorry, 350 coupes, 250 roasters.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
But
So yeah, if
and it will.
this might be your last chance to get your hands on a Aventador if you have a whole bunch of money burning a hole in your pocket.
And we mean $500,000 plus.
Not that much, right?
No, not in terms of Lamborghinis, but
So yeah, there's the last Aventador you guys are looking at it right now, and it truly is amazing lineup. In the last, I don't know how many years this car has been out.
and
That's I'm gonna look it up right now. Lamborghini
at least
Aventador
10.
debut date. Wow. February 28th, 2011. 10 years. Wow. What amazing car. Well, here comes to the next car we're gonna talk about. Well, not that one. Not this car right here. So what you're looking at right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a Lotus. Um, wow, it just gave me goosebumps just looking at this picture right now. This car really just came out of nowhere. I mean, last time we heard about Lotus was they debuted that $2 million ultimate hyper ultra electric cars. What was it called? Evija?
Yeah,
And man, that car was a beautiful car. And I remember like it has two very hollow wind tunnel on the back end of the car.
it's
And
got the flying buttress. Yeah,
yeah, and man, look at that car and this car. This basically is a little brother of that car and took a lot of design cue from that $2 million car, and they did a great job. And so this little pokey thing right here, I guess like hood vent for aerodynamics, that's exactly from the last car. And then I just love what is going on here. It really makes this car a muscular look, and especially this bit right here, it reminds me a lot of like the 488 Pista. It's a very muscular look to this car. Yeah, like if you look at the front, it's a very minimalistic design, and I just love the headlights. And then if you move to the back, man, that is a Lotus, if you ask me. Because if you actually, so fun fact about this car is not a successor of any of the Lotus lineup. Not the Exige, not the what's the other one?
I thought it was kind of a successor to the Evora, is it not?
No, actually, from the research I did earlier, they said this is not a successor of any of the lineup in their current production, and it's standalone. And then, but it does remind me of Lotus, and this tail light kind of this bit right here kind of reminds me of a little bit Porsche right here. Porsche has that a full lens brake light, and then this black piece right here is actually a brake light, and this two big hole vent. Um, if you look at the Aveja is where they got it from, and then if we look at kind of like the side view, I mean it's just a very good looking car. Like we have not seen a car look like this in the auto industry in a bit. And then you guys might wondering, what are some of the specs? Well, hold your horses, I got you. So this Lotus is actually coming with two powertrains. Yeah, you heard me right. Two different options of powertrains. One is a 3.6 liter supercharged V6 engine. It's the same engine from the last, I think Exige or oh man,
Evora.
yes, that's the 3.6 liter supercharged V6 engine, and it also offers a six speed, maybe 7-speed manual transmission, which is gonna be a blast to drive this thing just every day and even on the track. Yeah, speaking of driving on track, Lotus in the past, I don't know how many years, Lotus has really distinguished himself to be a track ready car for people who want to just take out their. It can also be daily, if comfort is not your top priority, because they're super lightweight, the suspension are super stiff, ready to hit the track as hard as they can, and still can drive home in one piece. That's kind of like what the Lotus kind of found themselves in that niche market. And then so the second powertrain is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And then this engine is actually from the Mercedes A40 AMG, the little hatchback that has literally way too much horsepower in the little car. It produced, I believe, 400 plus horsepower in the little hatchback. And yeah, they stuffed in this car, and that will offer a automatic, not a torque converter, automatic transmission. They haven't really specified what transmission. I would say probably like a dual clutch or something.
They have a standard dual clutch.
Yeah, there you go. And then so this car hits 0 to 60 in less than 4.5 seconds, and it is a very pretty car with a very capable numbers. And some of you might wonder, oh, this thing looks like, well, at least $150,000-$200,000. No, this is what blows my mind. This thing will start at just above $80,000. Let that sink in. You can buy an $80,000 car, looks like this. And then this car weighs, unfortunately, like I said earlier, Lotus has always known for a lightweight car, because if you get a car light, the performance is off the chart. And this car weighs just over 3,000 pounds. So according to Lotus, this car is actually designed to compete against Porsche Cayman, which is similar spec, and around a similar price range. And actually, Lotus has more luggage than the Cayman. So Lotus definitely designed this car kind of like in the middle between track and your daily. It's more like a car that you can drive every day, and they want to really sell as many as they can. Yeah, and then, man, I lost my words when I first saw this car in pictures. And it really is one piece of art to look at. And if there's more information on how this car handles on the track and the performance, well, yeah, Alec will definitely let you guys know. But as for
Well,
now, that's the design
so
and two powertrains.
yeah, there's one more thing that may be important. So, or two things. Um, it is definitely light. It's lighter than the outgoing Evora GT, and you know, this car surprisingly has hydraulic steering.
Yes, which is, if you know your performance cars, hydraulic is much preferred than electronic, which is McLaren use electronic. A lot of people complain about it.
It's better sensation and feedback.
Yes.
And then also for those of you who are kind of like speed freaks like me, don't worry. There are faster versions of this car in the works. Unfortunately, though, the V6 I think is going to get phased out because of emissions down the road. So if you want that, act fast.
Yeah, but see, now it actually doesn't surprise me. Like automakers start putting V6 into their cars, and even like in this case of V4, obvious. Well, V4 it only produced, it says around like 400 horsepower. But if you want like a 500 plus horsepower performance, usually now automakers are going for V6 because Ferrari just came out their a brand new car, the 296 GTB, I think it has a hybrid V6. And actually, I wore this shirt because this is currently the fastest car around Nürburgring, and this car has a V4 engine, probably like this big. No, that makes exaggerating. But this car has a V4 engine and puts out over 500 horsepower without fuel restrictions. So knowing this, yes, eventually when the technology becomes more affordable, it won't surprise me that automaker will start putting tiny little V4 engine in those high performance cars. And also we have a thing called electric motors, which is a little crazy fast and much smaller package. But anyways, but yeah, I think, oh, fun fact, Emira in Greek translation, I think you can fact check me on that. It means leader. So fun fact. But yeah, there you have it. That's the brand new Lotus that they literally announced yesterday. Very exciting car, but we're gonna talk about this for your racing fans. Oh, too far. And Alec, there you go. Alec, tell us about this car.
All right. For time constraints, we'll try to keep this as short as possible. But this is the Peugeot 9X8. So this is Peugeot's entrant into the hypercar class in the WEC.
Yep.
There's no word on whether it will race in America. I seriously doubt it, considering that Peugeot doesn't really have a presence in the United States. They could rebrand it as a Dodge, maybe, but I doubt that would happen.
Since they're pretty much the same company, right?
Yeah, but oh, that'd be interesting. But anyway, so this is going to debut in 2022, which means it will not race until next season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it is a direct successor to the 905 and 908, and those cars won Le Mans 3 times. So
Very
it's
capable
a
car.
winning pedigree, and it's really, it looks like a recipe for potential success.
Yeah.
The 9 in the name essentially represents the past success, because the previous Le Mans racers all had 9 in the start of their name. The X represents all-wheel drive, and the 8 connects the 9X8 to Peugeot's current lineup, because all those cars have 8 at the end of their name.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, let's get some numbers. What are some numbers? Well, we don't know a whole lot right now, but we do know how much
We
horsepower you
know
get.
enough. Yeah. Um, we know that it's got a 2.6 liter V6
Yeah,
that is rumored to be 90-degree. So that could be pretty interesting if it is.
yeah,
It is good for 680 horsepower, and it is part of a hybrid powertrain as the front axle is driven by a 200 kilowatt motor
yep.
with a 900 volt battery that was designed by Peugeot Sport and Energies, which is seen on the shark fin.
Yeah, that is a lot of energy being dumped through those motors. 900, that's a lot.
Yep.
Like, okay,
And
yeah, like I just said, right? This car is a V6 and putting out 600 plus horsepowers. And it's a
yeah,
matter of time until we're gonna all have a bunch of V6 in those, high performance uh supercars.
oh yeah, in time. And yeah, so then there's other really cutting edge things. Like notice how there's no rear wing,
Yep.
or at least you think there isn't. There is. It's just it's integrated into the body. So it essentially is more of a spoiler than an actual wing. And the actual downforce for this car is generated by the diffuser and the aerodynamics that are on the floor.
Yep, right here.
And this is possible because hypercar doesn't have as strict of regulations as LMP1 did. So look for a lot of really interesting and cool and unique designs coming. And to build off of that, the taillights and the headlights, those are meant to fall in line with Peugeot's road cars while also representing the claws of a lion or a big cat.
There you go.
And then Peugeot also has the illuminated badge to make sure that this
Yep.
is their car. This is not somebody else's car. This is a Peugeot. So I'm really excited to see this thing. K-Mag is one of the drivers. And then I believe Felix da Costa is another one. They got a stacked lineup of drivers set for this thing in
Yeah.
2022. They'll be running 2 entries. It'll be awesome to see how they do against Alpine, Toyota, and Scuderia Quickenhouse. So
Yeah. Yeah. Is like Alec mentioned earlier, without any restrictions on aerodynamics. So if you know anything about, so this is a Element P1 car. It's a Porsche, and they honestly they all kind of look similar, with like that looks like that. That kind of body shape and with a big old wing in the back. Um, each manufacturer they do their little tricks to make it, having more advantage, and also suits better with the powertrain. But essentially, they all kind of looks similar. But yeah, without restriction on aerodynamics, that's how you get the car looks like this. This is absolutely insane. Like this is not this is all a straight like video game. Like if you tell me this is like in Gran Turismo GT, like one of the Vision GT cars, I believe it. I totally believe it.
I was
Right?
gonna say it looks like one of the Vision GT cars. And then also another thing to note, they have to make a production version of this because
Yeah.
it's in hypercar.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for that, guys. That'll be really sweet.
Yeah, it's very exciting because man, it has been a long time. Because like back in the days, if for you to race, you need to make cars, and that hasn't really been any racing series lately. And now we're having this hyper car. I think Porsche is in there. Um, yeah, name a few. Like who's
Ferrari is joining the hypercar category. Porsche and Audi are joining through LMDH. So
yep,
is Acura. So is Cadillac. And Lamborghini and McLaren are rumored to be looking into LMDH as well. And
yeah,
so is Ford. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
yeah. Which is those are some legendary names in racing. I'm so glad Ford is doing this. They need to race. They need to race. If you watch Ford versus Ferrari, you know what I'm talking about when Uli Coco talk about racing. So, but hey, we got one more car, and we promise we're gonna keep this one short because, it just make me,
We don't necessarily
so,
like this car.
yeah, that's why we saved to the last. But let's, oh, there's a GT e-tron. But so there we have it, a brand new generation of BMW 2 Series, and this one right here is a M240i, and yeah, just kind of take in. So the front end is not that bad. No, just wait. I mean, this front end, at least they didn't give us the new M4 giant grill. That grill is just absolutely disgusting. If you have
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Z4s from like 2010, but it looks a little grumpier.
Yes. Actually, just like I look at the, I don't know. It kind of looks like Kia Stainer a little bit.
Don't tell BMW that.
Oh yeah, it's a Kia. But hey, this is not the worst part. This is not the worst part. This is really making me, oh, dear Lord, what is going on with this tail light, man? Okay,
Those are Scion FRS lights.
dude, I have not been so mad at looking at some cars in a long time. I was literally sincerely upset about this design. Like, if you look at the last two, last M2, M2 CS competition, it is
Which
a
was
very
beautiful, by the
cute.
way.
What do you say?
It was beautiful.
Right, it's a cute looking car, and this car. Oh my gosh, look at this tail light. What is going on here? I feel like something is missing here because like they emphasize so much on this weird new BMW design language, and it's like something missing there. And this is just,
The LED strip is messing with how you look at it too. It looks very busy.
and we know how.
However, the color is kind of a saving. The paint color is kind of a saving grace.
Yes,
Because I will assure you, this car looks a lot worse in white.
Okay.
So
just because we're doing this, and I really want to show you because we're so mad. BMW M240i white. Bear with me.
not saying that BMW did a bad job on this car, because obviously we're not professionals.
Okay. So
but
that's what the old one looks like.
As enthusiasts, it's not good.
Look at that tail light and compare that. Like, what the heck, dude?
Humphrey, there's no white BMW. Okay, there you go. There was.
Was it? This a 2022 model? 2021.
Yeah, 2022 model.
Oh, 2022.
It showed up for a second. Now it's gone.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh boy, there you go. You see it?
No. You might just have to take our word on it, guys. Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay, it looks kind of better in white from the back, but from the front, not so much.
So, but yeah, there you have it. But since I interned with Borg Warner for a month, and I won't call myself a transmission expert, but I did design, quote unquote, design transmission, so I kind of know what the ins and outs about transmission. So the good thing is this car has the ZF AHP transmission, so that transmission is still considered the best automatic transmission in the game. That thing is extremely fast. I think that thing can shift a gear in 0.001 seconds, which is sliding fast. There's no way a human can shift that fast, and that car has it. And that's kind of like, yeah, that's the only thing I can really think about this car. The good thing about this car. But yeah, let us think. Tell us what you think about this design, man. We could be wrong, but like, this is not it. This is not it, cheap BMW. Y'all need to figure something out because this design is not gonna stay for very long. Yeah, you got anything else, Alec, you want to share?
I would just, well, no, not really related to the BMW. I was gonna say, first, thanks for watching, and Also, if you have any comments on any of the cars that were shown in this video or on anything really, just let us know. We'll get back to you. You know, we want to be as interactive with you guys as we possibly can. So
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we thank you so much. I know this is a long video. Yeah. Well, as at this point, me and Alec, we're just trying to have fun. So bear with us. And as we getting better making our podcast, we'll make it short. Maybe we'll make multiple episodes a week, but we don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we love you guys. God bless. We'll be praying for you guys, and you guys have a great rest of your week.